A 40-year war crime sentence given to a former Bosnian Serb leader has been extended by a UN court. Radovan Karadzic has now been sentenced to life behind bars for his role in the civil wars that gripped the former Republic of Yugoslavia in the 1990s. Now, 5 judges upheld the verdict given back in 2016 for the mass killing of civilians. Karadzic argued that there was no evidence of him committing those crimes. Now 73 years old, Karadzic has been on the run for 12 years before he was finally arrested in 2008. He was found guilty on 10 counts, including overseeing the siege of Sarajevo. The appeals court has now confirmed his guilt in what has been described as the worst massacre since World War II, including Srebrenica massacre, which left thousands dead in 1995.
The Yugoslav Wars, the bloodiest conflicts in European history since the Second World War. Tensions between a complex mix of nationalities forming the state of Yugoslavia erupted into a bitter civil war. Originally, Yugoslavia included 6 republics with different nationalities and religious groups. The communist revolutionary and statesman Tito, who established the Federal Republic of Yugoslavia, managed to suppress nationalism. But after his death in the 1980s, relations among the republics quickly deteriorated. With each of them seeking their own independence, it soon turned ugly on all sides. The 1995 genocide in Srebrenica is one of the bloodiest pages in Yugoslav history. The massacre of more than 8,000 Muslim Bosniaks, perpetrated by units of the Bosnian Serb army, resulted in their commander, Ratko Mladic, being jailed for life by the UN Special Court in November 2017. But atrocities happened on all sides. In 1993, 69 Serbian civilians were killed by Bosnia and Herzegovina army forces in the Skelani massacre, with an Orthodox church and a cemetery burnt to the ground. Overall, despite much evidence of war crimes conducted simultaneously by different forces, the CIA eventually declared Serb militants were responsible for 90% of all crimes, including genocide.
Tonight, NATO goes into action against Yugoslavia.
It is indeed tragic that diplomacy has failed.
NATO is now intervening in a war in a sovereign country.
An eventual NATO air campaign conducted a number of operations to undermine the military capability of the Bosnian Serb army. To this day, the UN Special Court is still investigating war crime cases from the conflict.
We discussed what Karadzic's increased sentence could mean for the Balkan region with historian Stefan Gajic.
I think that he appealed basically for historical reasons, so that there is a trace of him appealing, and I think that he is still acting as a politician, as the first president of Republika Srpska. The Hague Tribunal was a political court that was set up to convict the Serbs. Even if you look at the basic statistics, more than 70% of people who were in the Hague were from the Serb side. And furthermore, all the Serb political leaders were trialed and convicted, while the other sides were not there.